East Texas is a place always aiming. A rotor bores the earth. It's what you don't see coming, frightens you. A hip-high hemline, a fibrous peekaboo done up in the overhung sun. In East Texas, a man's imperishable sting is extracted from the dirt. Yeah, I guess while I was thinking about places, I went to undergrad in a small town called Galesburg in Illinois. There's a small college there called Knox College. And it's a pretty remarkable town for a lot of reasons, but one thing they used to do is they had like one of the worst crow problems in the country, and so the police would just go around and shoot the birds out of the trees with shotguns. So that's sort of the problem in this poem. Galesburg, the teen pregnancy capital of Illinois. Measured in darkness, these are the days that grow short, though it is the longest hour that slays the sunlight within its gray vest. Men dressed in pressed wool and brass buttons load shot behind the droning Crown Vic, setting the trap for the mother crows. At first retort rise a thin spread of fledglings, the grass battered by a hail of bleeding bodies, and snow and rain. Breath is expelled invisible in the cold air as the men exert themselves, pitching waste into 40-gallon black plastic bags. Down by Corpus Christi, the dumpster's overflowing, forcing them to wait for the Blakowiak boys to arrive and carry out the darkness of the spirits. And yeah, so while I'm explaining each poem, I guess I'll just do a little bit more. So I guess I used to have, when I was a little kid, I had reoccurring apocalypse dreams, so the next couple poems sort of like deal with that a little bit. This one is, she suggests a game. There is a trajectory to the semi-dark city world, says she. Non-stop touchscreen romances radiated by backlight lamp liquids. Real strangers walking the streets with visionless eyes packed into their ears. See the one with blood trickling through his empty palm? That's the first sign. Do nothing. From here on, its finger spelt, like inevitable destruction. Imagine it's an emergency. Send out the Jesus pods. Silhouettes blast bake into the sidewalk. Red plastic nails wither like birds, while office artifacts crumble amidst ash-washed building bricks. A dull humming box projects a single analog transmission. The image of human teeth collecting in a teacup. She smiles, asks, what is unstoppable? Used to be, you wouldn't go for anything. Riding with no hands, 3 speeds tough. Home for dinner at 5 in an oversized t-shirt, baggy jeans, the style. Up for school, eating a pizza in the shape of a square. But I guess we got it wrong. Too many hours of discontent. Put what you want to last in the freezer. If you make it past winter, I'll meet you as far as Cincinnati. And this is sort of in that same sort of line of poems, but I should say, I guess I borrowed text from, there's a French movie called La Jetée, and then also from King Lear. You can't smile as the wind sits. Nothing sorts memories from ordinary moments. Saboteurs took advantage of the security situation and blew up the pipeline. With the sudden roar, the woman's gesture, the crumpling body, and the cries of the crowd, sponsored lawlessness. After he came, she called him her ghost, the sweet fool. Strolling through a hallway of geraniums and stuffed giraffes with designating placards, he decides he will go soon. He invents an explanation. No easy compromise, the explosion. The Prime Minister, the Finance Minister, the Oil Minister, the Trade and Industry Minister, the Central Bank Governor, what they said they would do, that is what we are supporting. In the deep limbo, he got closer to her and laid his head on her bosom. Rather than a pacified future, he wished to return to the world of his childhood. We think we can decide, and that what we decide has worth. This poem is written by my friend Stu, who is I'm lucky to have in the audience tonight, works at a meat company called Prather Ranch. And they have excellent meat. He actually brought me a kielbasa tonight. That's not a joke. So this is sort of, I guess, my imagining of his day, something like that. Stewart's Meat Company is throwing hoopla. So what do you do here? Well, I take businessmen to Hammerhorn Mountain for a 4-day blood sport course. I teach them how to trap, skin, and cook wild animals. It feeds my art. Through an adherence to the blood, I initiate their powers of leadership, make them more self-confident. Man is naturally aggressive and naturally enjoys the destruction of creatures. Oh, I like that. Nominal participation rituals are a hobby of mine. I accept the responsibility of dominion, my ability to subdue. Have you met my wife? Her drug problem took my dad's money and my Beagle Ed. Still, she is my personal achievement. I love her with the assistance of cultural technology for fake tits. This is just an older poem. I don't have much else to say. Big water. The hand it is taken by the hand that take it, whereupon the man who takes them all shook it. There is a place, the ocean, we can rest in it. There is brine in his beard, and the hand he has taken. Where the waves meet the sand, goodbye, goodbye. We, swell in red trunks, render empty early frames. The moon at half break, holy hymn, wane. This is my last poem. This is sort of a recent poem. Tidal movements. We are in the grip of linger, an assemblage of willowy characters tracked by passing taxi lights, projecting equinoctial pleasure through our palm-thatched roofs. Whether she or I make the first move, we find we're not ourselves. Our bodies self-ambush and trailing the wake of death's crescendo. It is a ballad of energy, tidal movements waiting for a shift in the position of the sun, whipping us out into the vacuum to plod like hatchlets ever deeper, mixing with the fish and flesh. Even from the shallows, she senses this pull, the familiar face like a ripple, dwindling the farther gone it gets.